Hey everyone, today I'm just going to quickly take you through sending out personalized voice notes automatically on LinkedIn. This is quite an exciting feature, which I think is fairly unique. I don't know any other LinkedIn automation platform or any automation platform which is doing automated voice notes on a personalized level. And so the way it works is it's obviously utilizing Elevenlabs, whereby you can create a fairly convincing version of your voice, depending on how much footage you provide it. Obviously, you can just give it a short audio sample if you want, but the more footage you give it, so if you give it up to 2 hours, for example, it can create quite a realistic version of you. And then you can then add this to then campaign, and then it can be sent automatically. Now, the way this looks and feels in the system itself is one, obviously in the settings itself, we have here voice notes, and you connect obviously your API key, and then you connect your voice. The way you do that is you'll just go into your account, go to voices, and you find your voice, you select the ID, copy the voice ID, add voice, and then you put the name, you add the voice ID, and then it will add it for you. Simple as that. And then you add the template. And the template is a recording that you have done with your real voice, because obviously, if you do the entire voice note using AI, it's probably not going to sound great. I mean, it just won't have the enunciations or the parts of your voice that really give you your unique flavor, let's say. So in my case, I've just got it to generate the name. That's all it's doing. This is the only bit that Elevenlabs is handling, and then everything else has been done is a message that I've pre-recorded, and it will then splice them together automatically and then send them out. Obviously, I can add a few things in here. So you could add like headline if you wanted to as well. You could also add company. So company or headline, whichever one you prefer. And then you can type whatever message you want and it will generate that for you automatically. If you've given it an actual template, it will then use that template. And obviously you can test how it sounds here, should you wish. And you select the voice. You can obviously add more than one voice. Like if you want to add multiple voices of yourself or different versions or different types, different languages, perhaps. This could open doors if you wanted to perhaps start sending messages in German or Spanish or whatever other language you can think of. Or English. If English isn't your first language and you want to target the English market, that could probably work as well. But again, you have to imagine if you come onto the phone call with them and you don't sound as well as you do in this, then that could be issues. But maybe it's just a matter of getting that phone call in the first place. And then it will append it into the campaign. So if you go into campaigns, I've got voice campaign here, you'll see here voice note. And so if I just click pause for this one for a second, and we can look at the voice note here. And so I've just select voice note, select the clone. So in this case, me, you select the template, and then of course you can preview it as well. So when you press play, it will give you a preview of how the voice note will sound by picking a random name, and then it will be all good. Which I will share with you guys. So if you want to create your own version, you certainly can. This could be taken further and you could personalize it even more. If you wanted to create this if you want to get access to this system, all you need to do is go to the website LinkAngler, which I'll put in the comments, and you just got to request access. And I will slowly be adding people during this initial time frame. Obviously, it's in, let's say, a beta mode, you could say right now, where I'm just testing to see how it's handling different users, seeing if any errors come up. So far, nothing seems to be coming up other than what I myself am finding out. It seems to be working fine for everyone else. So yeah, feel free to request access. Would love that. And now, if you wanted to build this yourself, all you would need is obviously you'll get your Claude code. And I've actually got it here, the steps over here and what it does. So you can see this is exactly what it's doing pretty much in the details and how it's aligning it. But in a nutshell, you're going to be using Claude code. You're going to be using the Unipile MCP. So this is the Unipile MCP you're going to be using. You're going to be using Elevenlabs MCP, just so you can understand what Elevenlabs is and how that works. And you'll also be using the NAN skills MCP, and obviously GSD as well. Like GSD is fantastic. And then by combining these together, you could probably ask Claude Code to then create an automated voice note system for yourself, which you'd have to try and error and test and do all the various things that it needs to do. You could set it up, get it to set it up in NAN so that it would have a system for you and probably link it to Airtable. But if you don't want to have to go through all that hassle of building it yourself and generating it, yeah, you can just request access here. And obviously you can see all the features that this system has. It's quite extensive now. There's obviously use cases. You can compare it to the other ones. The only thing it doesn't have right now is obviously integrations to CRM systems, but for the sake of what it already is a CRM system in itself. Where am I going? Too many tabs. And let's just resume this campaign. So it's actually going to be sending out 16 voice notes in the coming days, which I'm quite excited about, just to see how they sound, what they're going to do, if they get the response rate, if it increases response rates. Obviously, this could be evolved further. I could, similar to how the AI comments are being made, which I'm thinking of creating a automated improvement system. You could create personalized voice notes based upon content that they have posted or news articles about them, websites that are related to company stuff that's going on, whatever level of information that you could potentially provide it that would be relevant towards your ICP, so your client base. So if, for example, you're targeting investors and they, for example, you're looking at when people have got an investment or what stage of investment they're at through, I think it's Crunchbase or something. Was it Smush? It's Crunchbase. So like Crunchbase, you can obviously search and you can find out what stage, what funding round people are at, and so on and so forth. There's an old client there. That would allow you to then create a way more intrinsic system, because you will send them a voice note saying, hey, X and X name, saw you had a recent successful round of funding. That's amazing. By the way, and then it would splice into your actual voice. By the way, I do X, Y, and Z. Let me know if you'd like to learn more. Otherwise, have a wonderful week. In a nutshell. And then that could be fully automated. And obviously over time that could be improved and made better. And I mean, at some point, I'm sure this could be done on a video level as well. But anyway, that is automating voice notes. As mentioned, if you're interested, please just feel free to go to my website at LinkAngler.com. I'll put it in the thing. Feel free to request access. If you have any questions on this, how to do it, what to do, where to go, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'm more than happy to answer. Otherwise, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.